Boys and girls, I just learned some groundbreaking info that everybody missed that shows what the cube is going to do next. I figured out how to decipher the runes on the Fortnite cube, and they all mean... How we doing, boys and girls? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at what the Fortnite cube will do in less than 24 hours. If you aren't aware of what I'm talking about, the Fortnite cube has been around for a little bit now, just about a week as of the recording of this video, and it has been moving around the Fortnite map, questioning a bunch of people. And a few days, the Fortnite cube has already casted one anti-gravity rune, and we're going to be talking about what the runes mean later in the video, guys, so make sure to watch to the end. But besides that, that's pretty much what the cube has been doing so far, just traveling around the map and stuff. But before we get into the video, guys, if you guys are enjoying the Fortnite cube event so far, make sure to smash a fat like on this video, and make sure to tell me down below in the comments what you guys think is inside the Fortnite cube. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you never miss updates on what the Fortnite cube is doing. I'm going to be uploading videos whenever the Fortnite cube does something crazy, and also I'm going to be trying to get inside the Fortnite cube in a later video, guys, so make sure to subscribe if you do want to see that. Getting right into the video, guys, if you aren't aware of what Epic does to usually, hint up to the next season, they usually like to add a bunch of Easter eggs and, hint towards a lot of possibilities of what is going to be happening in the next season. For this season, obviously, it is the Fortnite cube. For last season, it was the rocket launcher. For the season before, it was the meteor. But what you guys may not have known is that Epic Games loves to hide a bunch of secrets in their, upcoming events in spectrograms. If you don't know what a spectrogram is, say you have a program like Audacity, which is what I'm recording this with right now. Basically, there's a way to, basically view the sound waves, and sometimes they have like secret pictures and stuff. It's super cool, guys. I'm gonna put a bunch of them on the screen right now. Most of those were from Season 4, but the point still remains that Epic does love to hide these things inside, the audio files of the game, so they really do encourage, leakers and stuff like that. But what we're going to be talking about is what the cube is doing and what is in the sound files of the cube itself, as well as the anti-gravity rune, which does have its own audio file as well. Now, that's all well and good, but the problem is that Epic Games doesn't always like to, hand feed us stuff. They really want us to, dig deep and really try to find the true meaning of what the cube is going to do and what the runes mean. So what they did is they tried to change, the pacing of the time the cube moves. So it used to be it was 1 hour and 43 minutes every time, on the dot, basically it would start moving on its side. But now it's sort of fluctuated every few minutes, sometimes every few hours. Now I'm pretty sure it did slow down for a little bit because it did just plant another rune. I think it's a little towards the west of Dusty Divot. So in that area, that general area there, it is pretty much, causing more destruction with the anti-gravity stuff. So now getting into what the runes actually mean, there is a very popular theory going around that there is a Viking ship, in that whole Viking area. I forgot the name of it. Anyways, on the flag, there are some runes that actually do mean something pretty interesting. Big shout outs to Dean MDX for coming up with this theory, but basically the way it goes is that there are some runes on the, the Viking ship, and that they actually mean something pretty crazy, guys. One rune, the end looking one, is actually stands for the rune of renewal, that's apparently what it means in Norse. And then the other one is the rune of transformation. Now, what would these runes be doing, in a Fortnite game, in a battle royale game like that? It just doesn't really make sense of why, they would be adding in like that, because when this whole, Viking thing was added, it was at the very beginning of Season 5. You remember when, everything was being, thrown down from the rift or whatever, having to do with, time travel, or, at least from another world at the very least. But, looking at it, it would make sense that, that was the renewal and transformation of the map. His theory, though, is that the runes are actually connected to the actual cube itself, and that renewal and transformation of the map would actually have to do with Loot Lake, since these are the only other runes in the map. I personally disagree with the theory that it is going to go to Loot Lake, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit towards the end of the video, guys. And actually, I have a really good, idea of what's going to happen, because I do have some proof on it, so make sure to stick to the end of the video. And guys, I have a challenge for you. If you can hit the like button within the next 5 seconds, you will have good luck for the next 2 weeks, and you will win a bunch of Fortnite games. Getting into the rest of the theory, in 2000, Epic Games decided to license a game called Rune. You know, very coincidentally, the main character of the game is called Ragnarok, which happens to be the tier 100 name of the skin in the battle pass. And in level 3 of this game, you're playing in an underwater ruin area, and the whole ruin is under a giant lake. And in the evil ending of the game, guys, the whole world is destroyed because one of the runes gets destroyed and shattered. Getting into my version of the theory, I'm pretty sure the cube is sentient. It is purposely placing all of these runes around the map, as it is planning to do something very similar to the theory before. I definitely think the theory that I just mentioned has some merit with the transformation and stuff, and that maybe breaking one of these runes will eventually cause a chain reaction that will maybe cause, like, you know, the break of the entire map. Like, the map just pretty much shatters into multiple pieces. If you look at the map of where the cube has been so far, you can see that it's kind of done its own little thing where, you know, it's been traveling around, but then it just made some kind of turn right as it got to Tilted. It sort of just went down the mountain, around and over the hill, and then right across the river. Now, I'm trying to, you know, think of why that would be a thing, but then I realized that this actually makes a lot of sense, because the cube is specifically, you know, it's tactically placing all these runes here, which will have a, you know, some kind of effect later on with the map. Once all of these runes are activated, these areas will be changed forever. The cube is not a magnet. The cube is not, you know, attracted to anything. It is placing these purposefully along the map, and once it finishes placing all 7 runes, they're all going to, you know, activate and cause some kind of catastrophic damage to the map. A good way to think about it, like if you wanted to, you know, use C4 on a wall in, say, Tilted Towers or something, you would probably want to place the C4, you know, kind of scattered all around the place rather than all in one place, so you get the best, you know, effectiveness out of the C4 itself. What I'm thinking is going to happen once they're all activated, you know, the area itself is going to probably get a lot bigger, so it's a little bigger of an area, and the effect of the anti-gravity is going to multiply by, I don't know how much, but it's going to start bringing up parts of the island along with it, so it's going to cause some floating islands in here. I have a picture of what this could potentially look like. I'm thinking that eventually what's going to happen to Tilted Towers is that Tilted itself might actually be lifted up into the air, kind of like a floating city. Could you imagine how cool that would be, by the way, just having like a floating Tilted Towers? Like when you're flying to the bus, you don't even have to fall that much. You can literally just land on one of the skyscrapers and then pretty much just be good, and then it would be pretty much like an ultimate deathmatch, because if you get like knocked out by like an impulse grenade or something, you could literally like fall to your death, and it would be like the coolest thing. Getting into what all the runes mean, I wonder to myself, why are there 7 runes and not just 6? Because it would make a lot more sense if there were 6, because, you know, you have 1 rune per side of the cube. And then I looked into some numberology. If you don't know what numberology means, it's basically this way of symbolizing every number. Every number in culture has a different meaning, and some numbers are good and other numbers are bad. And according to this article here, the number 7 can also be found in many magical rituals due to its beneficial charge. So maybe having 7 runes increases the charge of the cube in some way. And on top of that, the number 7, which is the result of the sum of 2 numbers, finds a place between 2 worlds, the world of life and the world of death. This refers to the completeness of the aspects of 2 things well done. Does that not sound like the entirety of the theme of Season 5, guys? This is literally what it's coming down to. And guys, the groundbreaking info that I found that shows what the cube is going to do next and what all of the runes mean is that the number 7 actually means the end of the world. I wish I was joking, guys, I really do, but it says here, when used in summoning, 7 things usually brings about the end of times. I know that sounds contradictory to what I just said a little earlier about how it has some good charge, but think of it like this. Don't you want to charge something up for it to end the world? Think of it like that. You're charging it up so that it has the power to potentially end the world, and that's how the number 7 plays in all of this. It does look like when all 7 of these runes are activated, when the cube does turn on, the Fortnite map will change forever. This blast will not only destroy Loot Lake, but it will also destroy Tilted Towers, considering how close it is. When I was looking up all the info for this video, guys, I was actually completely scared and just out of my mind, you know, shocked that all of this might actually happen to the Fortnite map. Of course, to know for sure what's going to happen, guys, we're going to have to wait till all 7 of these runes are activated to know for sure what will happen to Tilted Towers and Loot Lake, but I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, that once they're all activated, it spells the end for Tilted Towers and Loot Lake. Boys and girls, I am going to end the video off here, but if you guys did enjoy this Fortnite theory video at any point, make sure to smash a fat like on this video. Also, make sure to comment down below, do you agree with this video? Do you enjoy the Fortnite Cube event so far? Let me know down in the comments below. below. And also, if you are new around here and you want to see more videos on the Fortnite cube, I have some great ones planned out so far. You're not going to want to miss it, so make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you never miss an upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.